Hello friends, I'm Matthew Johnson with Elite Singer, and today we're going to be reacting to Dimash singing Your Love. I'm excited for this one. This is our second Dimash reaction on the channel, and we'll see what he has in store for us. I love that scenery, that's gorgeous. The emotion in his eyes.
Well, you know, I still remember us. Were the times where we won when we were war. Do you recall? Nothing was dangerous. We had the strength to live our dreams, to feed our souls.
This is impressive. He is barely singing with his voice at all. He's barely phonating. He's using a very whisper-based, I'll put that in quotes, a very breathy or whisper-based type of singing, which takes a lot of control, and it's really easy when you try to do that for the vocal folds to totally fall apart and to make no sound at all. And the fact that he's using the bare minimum is a very cool effect.
Now what is left of all this love?
I'm always shocked by his low notes.
The pain that I find against. What can I do to love again? Believe I can. So
I love everything he's doing so far. It's impressive to hear his very low notes, knowing how extensive of a range he has. His vibrato is very pure, very crisp, which I love to hear. And once again, he's using such little volume. The microphone's doing all the work for him. And he has such fine control of his vocal folds, how breathy they are, how strong they are, that he can make that work and stay in that tiny place for such a long amount of time. It's definitely a challenge. It's a one that, you know, it benefits every singer who learns it, but it's not easy to master.
Where do you live? What do you do at night? Do you still care? Do you still share memories? And when I sing, do you still hear my voice? Singing to you every note I can sing. Now what is left of all this love? Aside the pain that I against. What can I do to love again? Believe I can. So
We got to talk about that. A lot just happened there. So he's using what I'd consider just over a chest mix, probably about a 60-40 mix. He could go stronger if he wanted to for this style of music. He does not have to. He started this little section in such a nice blend, the epitome of what a mix is. It sounds wonderful. And then these upper notes are just so well controlled. Notice how he doesn't use a ton of space. He doesn't stretch that way too much in his mouth, even for the extreme notes. His jaw always likes to go down and back, which gives him a little bit more power without totally losing control for him. But his physicality as well shows how at ease he is. And it doesn't bully the voice. It doesn't interfere with what the voice is doing. Everything is so balanced, it falls right into place. It's wonderful. That is so cool. This is awesome. So you'll notice in the phrase before that, as he was going into that mix, we hear minor transitions throughout the voice. The voice has to transition as you go higher in the range, so you're not dragging up too much strength, too much pressure, too much effort to make those higher notes happen. So on the wickedly high mixed notes, things thin out a little bit. They get a little bit looser, and then we hear him retransition into a stronger mix as he comes back down. Excellent breath control as he went from mixed voice to a very well supported head voice, countertenor type of sound with a lot of warmth, a lot of depth, a lot of power, always keeping that steady breath flow from start to finish. Now these very high falsetto notes on top, they're tricky to do in general, but then he does the staccato on top of it. So short, so quick, so controlled. That's a true mark of excellent vocal control. And it's not something we hear often just from the pop music we hear today. So for him to incorporate so effortlessly into this music is such a treat to hear. Good, so I want to pause really quick to point that out. All of the upper notes, once again, we hear the thinning out. As he comes back down, he adds more chest voice and more power. That last note was noticeably stronger than the notes before it because it was a lower pitch, and you can support greater strength on those lower notes. So great. So not only do you have the key change, which makes the song even more difficult, he falls to his knees, he tilts back, and his head is reaching to the side. Once again, not easy stuff to do at all. He is just one-upping himself throughout the entire performance, which is so darn cool. We know that it's easiest to sing with a nice proper posture all the way through. As soon as you add in those things, what he just did there, which is such a cool performance effect, the difficulty level increases and he still sounds flawless. It's awesome. Oh, what a performance. Right to the end, we're keeping us on our toes. He's adding more and more to the performance, getting higher in his range, building more and more skill, or expressing more and more skill as he gets toward the end. Such a wonderful performance, such an incredible performer, as we already know. One of the other things I like to point out is because of the close-ups, we see a lot of the tongue shape as well. Notice how he's not pulling back the tongue. Notice how he's not tightening up or cupping it too much. It's pretty loose all the way through. That plus his breath support, plus the control of his registration and his, upper falsetto and head voice and everything to the deep lower notes of his range, it just makes the full package, right? He has shown every single advanced skill you can possibly think of in this one song, and it's so impressive. It's wonderful. So I'm looking forward to doing another one of these reactions to Dimash in the near future, but until then, comment with whatever you want me to react to next. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what performances you want us to look at together, and comment with whatever thoughts you had as you were watching through this performance. There's a ton of stuff to talk there. So I look forward to continuing the discussion with you in the comments. Now, if you enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you very soon for our next video. Thanks, everybody.